Sometimes one of the biggest blocks to a healthy diet is this right here, sugar. And sugar can be found in more foods than we even realize. So today we're going to learn to put it aside. So today I'm with Stephanie Fiorentino, registered dietitian and nutritionist from Food Wonderful. Now Stephanie, we're talking about sugars in our diet, and the first things first, the foundation is something you tell all your clients, why sugar can be a problem.
Yes, absolutely. So added sugar, refined sugar, those foods contribute a lot of calories to our diet, but they don't add very much nutrition. So if we compare, let's say, a can of soda to a glass of milk, that glass of milk, yes, you're gonna get some calories from that milk, but you're also gonna get some protein, some calcium, some vitamin D, so a lot of nutrition. That soda is just giving us sugar. So we're getting a lot of calories from the sugar, but we aren't getting any nutrition.
Right, so when we talk about getting sugars from other foods, maybe fruits, vegetables, milk, like you said, what we're talking about today are those added sugars.
Exactly, and those are the kinds of sugars that we often find in cookies, cake, candy, but they're hidden in a lot of other foods too.
You've got some examples here that are good sugar substitutions?
Yes, well, some substitutions for some high sugar foods.
Okay.
So let's start with breakfast, the most important meal of the day, right?
Yes.
A lot of commercial breakfast cereals have that added sugar. So I like to just make my own oatmeal. I really like my oatmeal with some apples, some almonds, and then I always toss in a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla extract too, because that gives it a nice little flavor. Yeah. So you're getting some protein, carbohydrates, fiber, you'll feel very full, yes.
That's a great breakfast. Now I see some yogurt.
Yeah, okay, so yogurt is another great snack, but a lot of those commercial yogurts, prepackaged yogurts, just like with the oatmeal, can have a lot of added sugar.
Right.
So again, I like to just make my own. So I'll start with Greek yogurt, just the plain Greek yogurt, and then I really love to add in dates. I think that that adds a perfect flavor to my Greek yogurt, but of course you can add in anything
and you
want.
get the sweetness too from the dates.
Yes, exactly.
I guess the third thing I'm seeing here is soda water.
So another big source of sugar in Americans' diet is soda. So I really prefer seltzer water.
You're getting the fizz that you get from soda, but you're not getting the added sugar.
Exactly, and a little bit of flavor, a little bit of fizz, but none of that bad stuff.
I read that we're only supposed to get 10% of our calorie intake from sugars.
So that 10% of total calories comes from the CDC. So the American Heart Association's recommendations are even stricter. But either way, the point is to limit those added sugars. And the reality is most Americans are eating 2 to 3 times that recommendation per day.
How is that going to impact our mood and maybe our physical being?
It does take your taste buds a little bit of time to adjust, and people do certainly have sweet cravings. So for me, I found that those sweet cravings usually last about 2 weeks, and then my taste buds start to change, I start to get used to new flavors, and I don't really crave the sweet foods as much.
So the bottom line here is know where your sugar is coming from and limit your sugar intake.
Yes, save the sugar for when you really want it. So if you have a sweet tooth, save your cookies for the weekend, save it for a time that you're really gonna enjoy it, and the rest of the day, try and cut it out.
Stephanie, great information. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For even more healthy eating ideas and recipes, just head to our website, livinghealthytv.com.